Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to discuss what you need to eat in order to get the period back as soon as possible. If you're new to my channel, just make sure that you subscribe so you're not going to miss out on any of the videos that I share every single week with my audience. And if you have never met me before, my name is Claudia Vidor. I'm a nutrition and dietetic clinician specialized in hypothalamic amenorrhea, eating disorder, fertility, and preconception. And today, we're going to discuss what is really important for women to eat if they are experiencing hypothalamic amenorrhea and they want to get the period back. So we're going to go through the 4 core principles and then stick until the end, because I'm going to discuss the tip number 5 that could be a game changer if you're trying to get the period back and really optimize your eating habits. So without further ado, I would like to start with the first core principle, which is timing. Timing of your food intake around training and also for the days when you're not training. So that's the questions that I normally receive from most women. Do I need to change my nutrition if I'm not exercising? And the reality is that if you don't have a period, I would highly encourage you not to change anything if you're not training. What you're missing out at the moment is energy availability. So we need to make sure that we replenish your body so that you can get to the finish line as soon as possible. When I talk about timing, is also timing of the meals. If you have been used until now to have your first meal at around 12 p.m. or 3 p.m., which happens very often to women that have adopted that intermittent fasting lifestyle, I highly encourage you to move the timing and to start having breakfast as soon as you wake up in the morning. And maybe if you have a very slow digestive system in the morning, you can start by having a small snack and then allow yourself another 45 minutes and then have a proper breakfast. You can also try and have a glass of warm water with some apple cider vinegar or lemon when you wake up in the morning, simply to stimulate your own production of digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acids. So always make sure that you time your breakfast based to when you wake up in the morning. And don't go too many hours without eating. Always welcome snacks and decent meals throughout the day. Also, I would like to underline the importance of timing your food around your training sessions if you're still exercising quite consistently. So make sure that you never exercise on an empty stomach and allow yourself to have some high protein food or maybe some glucose at the end of your training session. Even better if it's a combination of both. So let's say, for example, that you are having a strength training class at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and the last time that you had something to eat was 1:30, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, then I would definitely encourage you to have a banana before your training session, and then you can complete the sessions with a protein smoothie or a simple peanut butter and jelly sandwich if that's what you enjoy. The second core principle is quantity. So let's say that you're having the 6 meals, 7 meals, 8 meals a day. We need to make sure that you're having an adequate intake of energy throughout the day. Because if your meals are more resembling of a snack, then I would really encourage you to allow yourself to have a decent amount of food that can make you feel completely replenished, satisfied, and that it allows your brain to stop thinking about food consistently. So always make sure to have the beautiful combinations of protein, carbs, and fat, a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then always make sure that you play with a little, maybe not so little snack when it comes mid-morning, mid-afternoon, and then after dinner. But when you're sitting down for your meals, just make sure that you plate them in a decent sized plate and don't skimp on the carbohydrates. Also, don't skimp on the fats, even though it may be something that you have done for quite consistently for a long period of time. The third core principle is to allow yourself to have high quality food and to have a variety of them. I really truly believe that to restore our hormones and also to work on preconceptions, we need to focus our attentions on whole foods that come from Mother Earth at least 70% of the time. And then obviously we can allow the other 30% to play around with fun foods or foods that you have never experienced before. But I also encourage you to bring in variety, because if you're having always the same meals, it means that you're still trying to control your food intake. You're still trying to control your caloric macro intake, for example. So play around with foods that you don't know, that you have never tried before. Play around with different textures, with different flavors, and make sure that you don't check any labels before buying a new food, so you have absolutely no idea about the caloric intake or the fat intake of the protein intake of a new food. That's going to be something that you can definitely do 30% of the time, just to really allow your brain to experience something new. The four core principles is to work on the gut microbiome and to rectify deficiencies. So let's say that you're eating the food, but you're still experiencing horrible bloating, headaches, reflux. Those are all signs that your gut is underperforming, not only your gut, but also your digestive systems, starting from the stomach and the production of hydrochloric acid and digestive enzymes. So that's something that definitely need to be rectified. Also, if you're going to the bathroom multiple times a day and your stools are pretty loose, or on the opposite end of the spectrum, if you're going once or twice a week, those are things that you need to work on with the professionals, so that you can start feeling better, and also that you can start absorbing all the nutrients, because minerals that are absolutely fundamental for preconceptions and hormones, iron, zinc, magnesium, folate, B12, and all of them, they get lost very quickly in the digestive tract if it's working suboptimally. So make sure that you work with the professionals and you're taking the right supplements if need be, so that you can really optimize your digestive system and the absorptions of the nutrients that you need at this point of your life. Now, if you got to this point of the video, congratulations, because I'm here to also share another core principles that I think that it's absolutely fundamental when healing from hypothalamic amenorrhea, and it's all about rekindling your relationship with food. If you're afraid of the type of food that you are putting on your plate, if you're rushing through your meals because you don't want to second guess them, you don't want to think about them, if you're still experiencing a great sense of guilt, and if you try to compensate your meal after enjoying it, the reality is that you are creating constrictions within your body. You are creating that fight and flight response, maybe without realizing that. Something that I normally love to do with my clients is to really tap into the vagus nerve, which is the longest nerve that we have in our body. It's the 10th cranial nerve. It starts from the head, from our cranius, and it travels down to our anus, and it bypasses the reproductive system and also the digestive system. If the vagus nerve is not working properly because it has been conditioned to be in that state of fight and flight and freeze for many, many, many months or even years, then it's going to be much harder for you to really trust your intuition, trust your body, and digest the beautiful food. So really start asking yourself the questions: which kind of beliefs do I have around food? Are they still real? Also set up your environment so that it's conducive to a supportive experience whenever you're having a meal. If sitting down and having your food mindfully is not something that you can achieve at the moment, it's absolutely okay to also use some distractions, like calling a friend or listening to a podcast that reminds you of the importance of eating during this part of your life. So once again, thank you so much for getting to this part of the video. Make sure that you subscribe, just follow my channel for some more. And if you have enjoyed this content, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna produce more like this one, but please just let me know in the comment section below. And if you would like to work with me, or if you would like to find out more about my free resources, just check the link below in bio. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.